Well, hey there. Hopefully you guys can hear me well enough. Let's see if I can back up more without hitting the shrubs. Nope. That'd be me hitting the shrubs. Okay. Sorry. Also, ignore my voice. That, normally it doesn't sound this bad, but I was up screaming my lungs out the first thing in the morning. And the reason that is, that's Booter. I say it's Booter, but it doesn't look Booter. Are you gonna fit? Are you gonna sit? Or are you gonna be a dick? Fit, sit, or dick, your choice. Good choice. So today, I'm gonna have to split up into two videos. The first one is Twin Flame. My lessons on Twin Flame within the past 2 weeks. I'm just giving out what I've experienced because it's different than what I expected. It's hard to admit this because it's definitely some life lessons. But I had a twin flame recently. Not the other one I was talking about, because I've had two. I've actually had a romantic twin flame. And for me, that's been one of my traumas. Is letting people in, especially romantically. So when we talk about a twin flame, I used to think pure romantic, all romance, and that it was like some kind of divine connection from God. Technically, that's true. But I imagined it to be like a romantic connection. The one. I always romanticized it as the one. Your soul connection. Your other half. Well, that's not true. At least it wasn't for me. My twin flames always end up being a soul lesson. And again, whether or not you believe me in the last video about twin flames, I had believed myself to be a reincarnation of, an Egyptian pharaoh named Osiris. Egotistical or not, whatever. Well, I figured out I believe one of my non-romantic twin flames was actually one of my friends. Now I know this because this energy continued to come back. The twin flame energy is literally energy that is attracted to itself and constantly butts heads in the quantum field until the lessons are received or learned. So, for instance, pure speculation. I can't prove any of this. I can't actually verify any of it. But it had come to me, one of my past lives was a pharaoh. And one of my best friends, my right-hand man, betrayed me. Now, I could be making this up. I need to actually look up the story. But it was like my second in command, you know, my best friend. He was not just my royal advisor, he was my friend. But maybe I had come to terms I was not a great friend, and he got, jealous and wanted power. So we butted heads, and as he killed me, I cursed him. I cursed him to butt heads until I decide to let him go, until I forgive him. So in this life, my Adam life, I have had the same male energy come in my life constantly. Now, we could say it's father wounds. Yeah, that's true. Because they did kind of reflect that. But at the same time, as twin flames, because it was repetitious energy, sure, lessons learned. Lessons repeat until you learn them. I had to go and fuck with it. Alright, I'm just gonna leave it. Anyways. So the romantic twin flame. I don't know if it is a past life connection. It possibly is. I am not aware of who. That's not even what matters. What matters is, it broke me. I thought, again, this was my one. The one. Especially since I was getting tarot readings like crazy. However, it started getting even worse, and Like, for instance, I was getting readings about her. I say her. And then she started sending me readings. Like, we were playing energetic tag. And it was cool. I've actually never experienced that before. I've never felt somebody in another state. Like, that's pretty weird. I can't explain it. But I could feel her presence in another state. We even spoke telepathically, whether you believe it or not. So, I was excited. I let myself get excited. I was told by my spirit team and the tarot readers. Again, the tarot readers, you gotta be specific. Know which ones work for you. Because like I said, I started getting bad information. Like, as soon as I started reading love messages, all over the place. Good ones, bad ones, ones that don't make sense, ones that do, ones that... It's like, alright, it's gonna start getting confusing. So I just stopped watching them altogether. But, anyways, for a while, it was something along the lines of, yes, they like you, they've loved you for a while, and I could feel them, we've talked, like, we've sent energy to each other, but they wouldn't show up in my life. It turns out they were avoidant, and they kept disappearing. Well, again, lessons, life lessons. It's not to be with that one person, because I really wanted that one person. I really did. But it turns out that one person was still going through their own stuff. Because I was ready. I'm gonna admit to you guys something I'm scared to. I allowed myself to trust again, because I was told to. I had realized this was one of my lessons. It's like, there's this great love knocking at my door, but I won't let it in because I'm traumatized. So I'm like, okay, well, if there's this great love, let's learn what to do to let it in so I can receive it and accept it, because I'm sick and tired of blocking it. So finally, one of the lessons was completely open up and allow yourself to love. And I did. And something crazy happened. She pulled back and disappeared. I found out she did not complete her side. When I say her side, twin flames have a soul contract. Like, you actually, on the etheric realm, when your souls are getting created or manifested or whatever, they go through and make a list of contracts with a bunch of different souls. And say, I will meet you in this lifetime to teach this lesson. I thought I was supposed to help her grow. I really thought she was the one. But then I started getting readings that were saying, there's third party that's and she went back to an old lover, and then I forgave her. That was part of it. It was supposed to be forgiving because people are human. And I'm supposed to forgive. Because that's one of my things. Also, was one shot, you're done. I've had too many people hurt me, and my cutoff game is unfortunately too good. So you hurt me once, I'm done. So it's like, no, just, Adam, relax. This is a trigger. This is trauma. It's like, okay. People are people, and I have to remember that. We make mistakes. I'm still human. So is she. Okay. So I let it go. And then I found out she was breadcrumbing me. It actually got really bad. Some of my tarot readers, who I actually trust, like, I've validated them inside of my own self, like, I accept their messages are for me. Typically, most of them. So when all of my tarot readers start saying, oh no, I'm just like, oh no, what do you mean, oh no? They told me, literally, one of them looks up at me and goes, run. Just run. I'm sorry, but she was using you. And she didn't complete her side of the soul contract. You did what you said you were supposed to. You learned your lesson. She did not. And now she's dragging you down. You have to let her go. I was like, what? What do you mean? I thought... I went all in. I allowed myself to follow... What do you mean? I had this whole thing, like, I was told she was gonna come in and we were gonna build this great life together and fed me everything I wanted to hear. And I was so convinced that it was a divine connection. It was from God and it was meant to be. My tarot reader straight up looks me in the face. It was a video, but that's how I know specifically these synchronicities. Because it was a random note. She literally just starts shuffling cards and goes, run. By the way, guide you're saying, for those who are listening and understand what this means or resonates for you, run. It's not what you thought. And I'm just like, I'm sorry, what? Well, then I start to think, what did I do wrong? Trauma, ready? Trauma. Well, that means I must have done something wrong to chase her off, right? I'm fucked. I'm ruined. I'm broken, and she doesn't love me anymore. I did something. No. And again, the tarot reader, before she was even pulling cards, looks up and goes, I'm being told this is not your fault. I was like, what do you mean it's not my fault? Everything is a direct reflection of you. The universe around you is a reflection of your inner self. So say, for instance, this great love is coming in and I want it, but there's trauma or something holding me back, preventing me. It's not going to happen no matter how much I want it. So it's like, I waited. I set myself up. I was so convinced that she was going to quote-unquote come and save me. At the end of the month, this was literally this last week, I find out, like I said, that the tone changed completely. The past few weeks, they're like, never mind, dude. She's gone. You gotta let her go. I'm just like, what? They're like, I'm sorry, but she is not gonna catch up to you. She is now officially draining you and holding you back. Please let her go. I literally gave her my power. That was the lesson. I gave my power away. I sat on my ass for a month thinking I was okay. Because I was getting tarot readings saying stuff's okay. It's alright. Stop freaking out. Well, all of a sudden everything changed. Now it's like, freak the fuck out. Not like, freak out, but be aware and you need to get your ass moving. I was like, no. And one of the readers even goes as far as saying, they did it on purpose. They wanted to ruin you. And that just broke me. Because then that fed into my pattern of, I just get used and lied to. And now again, part of me wonders how much is actually true. Because I was getting mixed messages. Some of my guides were trying to get me to lay off. Because again, I lost myself. Like I said, I gave away my power. I was so infatuated with someone who was willing to love me that I gave them all of my attention. I allowed myself. Because I thought that was what I was supposed to do. And now I'm scared. Because, like I said, I built my life around this supposed future. And now it didn't happen, and I'm just like, I did it again. I did it again. You might have to cover your ears, but... Fuck! It's like, what? I'm not even mad at anyone but myself as of this point. First, I'm mad at God. I'm like, what the hell, man? You told me. And this leads into the other section of another video, but I was actually mad for a while. It's like, you told me. You almost promised me. And I was like, well, did I block it? Did I do this? Did I drive her off? And like I said, my tarot reader actually looks up without me even... Again, this is how I know it is for me. Well, she didn't even pull a card. She just stops and goes, so hey, I want you to know the guy just saying it's not your fault. Not everything is a direct reflection of you. Because she is her own individual person with free will. She has her own shit. She's going on in her own stuff. So because it fell apart, that may not have been my... In fact, I was told I was ready on my end. And this is not trying to call her out and drag her out and be like, bad. No, it's just an awareness. Because, like I said, I'm not even mad she did it. I mean, yes, I'm mad I let it happen. But I'm at this point, it's like, well, like I said, every woman I've ever loved has done this to me. So part of it's like reinforcing the trauma of, oh, well, surprise, surprise. But then the other half is, I felt her heart. I really did. And maybe she really did actually love me. She just couldn't express it herself. Because she's also being traumatized and can't love. So am I mad at her? Sure. Yeah, I'm mad. The most thing I'm mad at is myself. Because now it's like, I can't believe I let it happen again. Why do they always leave? I really thought it was because I didn't heal the trauma yet. Like the motherly trauma, I understand. I hate both my mothers. I have a biological mother and a stepmother. Apparently that's a lot to unpack. The first mother abandoned me, the second mother manipulated me. So I'm pretty wow. My neck just popped in a very uncomfortable manner. I thought I'd let go of the first one. You know, the abandonment wounds. These are the lessons that I'm supposed to be learning. So that when my next twin flame comes in... That hurts so much. And this is one of my other traumas. I still love them. I understand I let them go, I cut the connection. But it's just who I am. And that's where some of the trauma comes back is, I go back to them. I tend to go back like an abusive relationship. It's because I still love them, even if they didn't love me. I still love them. So now I feel like part of it is, I can't let her back in. Because she's been trying. I understand it's one of my traumas. I just want to love someone. And I just want to feel love back. Even though I know I don't need someone else to feel that love. But it drives me to the point I'm willing to give myself up. And I understand that. It's so difficult. That's what the twin flames are for. Is to learn. It's not what you want to hear. I know. But it's the truth. So once I realized that, I was able to let her go. Because the twin flame was not about one specific person. Yes, I really wanted it to be that person. I really liked them. However, this is where the tarot reading started to get weird. I have two twin flames now. Because the first one couldn't complete her task. The second one came up. And they're like, alright, here's a new one. They're going to meet you at some point in your time. Just keep working on yourself. Learn from the lessons of the past one. And I'm over here like, I don't want to talk to anybody. Go fuck off. You twin flame, I don't care. It's like, no, it's good. It's like, I don't care. Now, that's the part I'm concerned about, is that I'm back to being shut down again. It's because, again, it was one of the biggest wounds. And it's one of the things I've never forgave my stepmom. I had realized that. That was the root of the wound. Was leading all the way back was forgiveness. And I'm like, well, I should probably forgive her anyways. I don't have to be mad. There's no point in being mad. Even if she meant me harm. And it's like, she's not the only one to forgive. I'm like, what? Where did the core wound come from? Well, my mom wasn't really in my life to be manipulative. So I guess it's the second one. My stepmom. Have you forgiven her? Well, no, fuck her. I don't like her. She's a bitch. Come on. You know, even if that's true. Okay, fine. She'd had a really fucked up childhood, and crazy shit happened to her, and I should forgive her. Don't you feel better? No. Doesn't mean what she did was correct or justified. However, me forgiving her inside myself, it's not like I'm actually texting her, hey, I forgive you. Now I'm just like, you know what? I don't want to hold on to this anymore. Not all women have to manipulate me. I know there are good ones out there. And yes, it's scared to open up and be vulnerable and love. That's why she crashed. I felt like I was too much for my twin flame. And she crashed. She got overwhelmed. Which I have many times myself. I'm not... This message, by the way, is not meant to say anything bad to you. I'm sorry. I just realized I was talking as if she was watching this video. She stopped watching my videos from a little while, because pretty sure she's upset, but it is what it is. Although I guess I kind of felt like she's watching this one. So if you are watching this one, I really hope you do heal. I felt your heart. I know how much you hurt. And sure, it doesn't matter if you love me or not. Unfortunately, you hurt me to a point that I can't allow. Yes, it's okay to let people in your life, but you have to have respectable boundaries. Because I finally got to the point I had to tell her no, and I cut her off completely. I removed her, I cut her off energetically, like I stopped allowing her to do telepathy, I stopped allowing her access to my heart. Like I put up my walls again. And hopefully just for her. Because that was part of the ruining. Was I think she wanted to ruin me to the point where I couldn't love anyone else. Because she really liked me. Unfortunately, it's to the toxic degree. So now I have to go back and reopen my heart again. That's what twin flames are, my guys. 22 minutes into the video, they're just lessons. Because I had acknowledged, at one point, it's not going to be constant leaving. There is a lesson of how to stick around. Because I kept thinking, I'm like, if people are just lessons in my life, then what's the point of fucking having anyone in my life? Anyone. It's like, I have seen so many people come and go in my life. I'm 32. I don't have a single friend from my childhood. I actually don't even have a single friend. I guess that's not true. I do have one. 2. I count. I forgot I count. I'm my own friend. That made me die a little bit inside, but it is true. Yeah, I guess that's it. That's all a twin flame is. It's just a lesson. Oh, that's what I was going off on. Well, if people are lessons to teach me in and out of my life, then that means there's got to be people who teach me the lesson of how to stay, of how to love, and how to be in a community. Because I don't. Anytime I've tried, I either self-sabotaged or I didn't fit in. So, there you have it. This is not, I did research. This is from my personal life, like I always tend to do. I'm not gonna sit here and preach on something I don't know about. And if I do find out I was wrong, I will go back and correct it. But this is all from my personal life, and this is what I've experienced. My experience with the Twin Flames has been exactly what it needed to be. I want to say it's been gut-wrenching, but I had to learn those lessons one way or another.